Hello one and all, I am Palofgames and welcome to the podcast. The podcast all about me and kind of about my cohort in question. Talk tactics.
Kind of? What's this shit? Kind of?
Do you like my new intro?
No, I don't like that intro. No. I think it should all be about me.
We're sticking with it.
No, we're not sticking with it.
I'm the nicest narcissist on the internet, okay?
Ooh, well, you're nicest narcissist, are you?
We're sticking with it.
Ooh.
Yeah, self-professed. I know, it's good, isn't it?
I'm just watching the trailer for this,
my new
for
phrase.
this Ark Survival Evolved, and there's someone...
Yeah. Someone what?
...shooting dodos with a barrow. It's like 4 dodos. Sorry, that made me laugh a little bit.
Wow, he's like... There's been dodoing, like hunting happening. That's great.
Anyway, on the topic of this Ark game...
Why have we just jumped into Ark? We're supposed to be talking about sequels today. I had a topic. No.
No.
I have structure.
We can talk about sequels,
I want to talk about sequels.
Another time.
No, go for it. Let's talk about Ark. Let's go for it. You want to talk about Ark?
He's got hatred towards Ark, guys. And I quite like the idea of it.
I haven't got hatred. I have hatred towards all sandbox games what are early access because all of them are bad, Dan. They're all bad.
It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good.
Okay, then. Someone tried to convince me that DayZ was good, and that ended in tears.
But I know
ended up getting that crap.
And he's an idiot.
Yeah, but I knew it was bad. I got it anyway, knowing it was bad, and then I played it, and it was bad.
Well, that means you're an idiot too.
I didn't win there. I got more annoyed by the fact that the Steam refund system, what they put in, was like, oh, if you've played 2 hours or more of a game or something like that, you can't, refund it. And I was like, just over the refund. And I was like, I'd played it just a little too long. By play it, I mean, run around trying to find someone and then keep getting killed by zombies or players. It was just absolute garbage. So no, I don't want to see a sequel of DayZ 2. Don't want to see it. Don't want to see DayZ 2. Don't want to see anything to do with DayZ ever again.
In early access, isn't it?
He's never going to not be in early access. That's the problem with these crap games. They never end up coming out of early access. They just stay in it, and that's their excuse for thinking that they can't be critiqued. And I am, but that's the thing. They're not games. They're in development games. They don't count for me. Yeah. Forget it. Things are really starting off in a light, mellow mood, aren't they?
You can tame, train and ride dinosaurs, though.
Yeah, you probably can. And I bet they kill you as well. Look, it's that bullshit, Dan, that you got to hide your character because otherwise, when you log off, someone can come round and kill you. It's not fun, Dan. It's not fun at all. Hate them. I hate them all.
You have to hide your character.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember what I read for sure, but it was something along them lines. And to me, it's just absolute annoyance.
Have you been reading things on the internet again?
I do read things on the internet. I'm in the industry, don't you know? I've got a podcast now.
Yeah, well, it's not very good.
Wow. Well, I don't know. It's a sequel, and sequels are always better, Dan. Our Bond Day podcast was good. This is going to be next level shit.
It wasn't good. You could never describe the Bond Day bollocks as good. It was complete and utter terrible.
Thanks.
Just terrible. What are you saying thanks for? I was
What I love about it is it... I know you was. That's why I'm saying thanks. You've helped out produce garbage for the internet because the internet has never got enough garbage, has it?
That's true.
Anyway, do you know what's funny about all this is like the maiden voyage of our SoundCloud podcast. Anyone who's new to hearing us is going to think, wow, This is what happens on a. Imagine if it's someone's like first podcast, and this is what they've like heard, like the opening 5 minutes of a podcast, thinking, "Wow, this is what a podcast is like." Is it? Probably
well,
not for me.
It's a podcast about games. That's what podcasts about games are like.
So far, we've talked about a game and multiple games actually in a genre. What don't tend to have sequels at all when our topic is sequel. I can tell that we're on point
All
here.
right. It's not.
We don't have to keep on topic. It's kind
Fallout 4.
You want to talk Fallout 4?
That's
Let's
another
talk
game
Fallout
that you
4.
slated.
I'm not
Yes, you
slating
did.
it, Dan. I'm just saying I don't think.
You did slate it.
I don't think it's
You
coming
claimed
out when
it
they
looked
say it is.
rubbish.
I can't see
That's
it
what
myself.
you said. He said, I saw the trailer and it looked rubbish. That's what you said.
Yeah.
How could it look rubbish?
Let me clarify here. That when I said that, what I mean is I don't like how it looks new. I don't like change. I'm an old man. I don't like it when they change things, and I don't like how the new interface looks. It looks too nice for me, Dan, to be honest. It looks too shiny. It looks too nice to be like a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah, but then you'll walk around the corner and there'll be
nice.
some dead person that's been killed by a raider that's hanging from the ceiling with spikes in their head or
but
whatever.
he'll look nice. He'll look nice,
He'll
though,
look
and I
nice.
don't
He'll
like
look happy.
it.
He'll be
It's
smiling.
Graphically, it looks too nice.
Well, Skyrim was nice and shiny, and that was a good game.
Not really. It had some grit to it. I don't know what it is. I just don't. It just doesn't have the appeal to me. Well, however, I do like the new crafting system they're putting into it. That looks really cool. Like it's almost like make your own house and stuff.
That was brilliant.
You know,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Having a base, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, like having like a
I like
mini
how
city,
any
isn't it?
time. I hate that any time there's a crafting mechanic or a building mechanic in games now, they're like, oh, it's Minecraft. Like, they think that you can automatically rubber band the word Minecraft into, like, saying, well, it's basically Fallout meets Minecraft, and it's not. It's not.
No, of course it's not.
Don't like it. I don't
It's
like them
Minecraft
using that
meets
word.
Fallout.
Like, just... it's just... Where do you begin,
Where do you
eh?
begin at the start?
Yeah.
No, that was a top joke.
Tends to be a good place, doesn't it?
I should quit all of this and become a comedian.
Funnily enough, talking about that, I was reading an article recently what said the new Call of Duty game, they're going to have it so you can actually select what level you play from. From the start, you could pick the end level.
Well,
so you don't have to start the start. You can start at the end.
Well, I have a passionate hatred for Call of Duty, so that does not interest me at all.
I don't like Call of Duty, but the idea is, I think it's quite interesting to see a game what's doing things differently. I think, to kind of say to people, well, you don't like this crap campaign, so just play the last level, eh? It might be worth it.
You don't like this crap campaign, so play the last level, so you won't have a clue what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's video games. Everyone knows, you just get to the last level. It's some badass boss who's meant something, and you just kill him, and that's that. You get some epic cutscenes, and then the credits roll, and then you skip the credits because no one wants to watch.
I think
credits.
you're overestimating the Call of Duty franchise. Epic scenes, no.
Cutscenes,
Someone that you
yes,
don't care about will
cutscenes.
die, and then someone else you don't care about will die.
Be shot from an helicopter. That's
important people will die along the way of those people dying. And then right at the end, you kill someone else.
Loads of deaths.
Or you die yourself.
That could happen, but I mean, I don't think...
I'm lying here. I'm just speculating. I've never actually played
Actually,
the
I
Call
don't
of
know
Duty
if you've ever
campaigns
died.
But I just didn't like it.
I don't know if that's ever happened where you've had a character swap. No.
Who knows?
The only I don't want to go into spoiler territory here because people hate us even more than we already do. Start talking about times when people have died in games. That'd be really good. We could have 20 minutes worth of spoilering games.
Yep. Should we do that?
Wouldn't that be
I think
good?
we should do that. That could be our next podcast.
No, we shouldn't. Yeah,
And
next
we'll call
episode, spoilers.
No spoilers alert.
Yeah,
And it'll
no
just be
spoilers.
what happened at the end of every single game.
Yeah, and then just at the end of it.
We'll start alphabetically.
The end of the episode, just like, by the way, we're really sarcastic in case you weren't aware, so that's why we spoiled every game. That would be some feat. That would garner too much hate.
Yeah, it would be hated.
Given that I'm quite liked, I wouldn't want to be hated.
It'd get views.
That's sarcasm.
And that's all that matters to us.
Oh, yeah. That's all that matters.
Everyone can hate us, but as long as we've got views, we're fine. No, that's mean. I'm joking.
Do you know what? The other week, Acceleron was talking about Assassin's Creed, the new one, which is going to be set in London. And I said...
I think I saw that post.
I was, like, predicting what the game would be like. And I said you'd have, like, tea merchants... And you'd have loads of, like, British stereotype voices, what don't, like, work. And you'd have everyone with being, like, dead patriotic to Britain, and no one actually is. You'd have all the stereotypes. And they'd probably make a load of factual inaccuracies as well while they're at it.
Or they could just have everyone Cockney. That'd be good.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, everyone just has that voice, like, oh, you've got to go up the apple and pears. Ha ha ha. I've just done a Cockney rhyming slang. Aren't I cool?
That's like the worst Cockney accent ever, though.
I know, I didn't, like, put on the accent. I didn't realise I was, like, put on the spot to, like, do accents now as well.
Yeah, well, you should try harder next time.
I said, the coolest thing they could do is make chimney sweeps, like your gang of assassins, like be able to like have loads of little kids who are chimney sweeps go around killing people in houses. I think that'd be amazing. Yeah, but they won't do that because they're not clever.
That's great.
Could you imagine that though? You got like little chimney sweeps and they've got like a little stabbing stick on the end of their chimney sweeper. You know, one of them chimney sweepers. I mean, a broom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think.
No.
But I think that would just be so
cool. Chimney sweep is a person
as like a little cutscene.
See,
yeah, I know, but I'm saying the little kids who did it back in the day.
Sorry,
could you imagine if you got the scene like V for Vendetta? You know V for Vendetta, where everyone suddenly turns up in the masks.
I would say yes, but I don't watch films or whatever that is.
I've not watched it myself, but I've seen that scene. Basically, loads of people end up with a mask on, and that's kind of why. Just got some sort of fame towards it. But imagine that with loads of chimney sweeps, right? All of a sudden you get this epic cutscene where you see them all just going into these different houses, going around killing people on your behalf. I think that'd be awesome.
Maybe you're mad.
Yeah, well, I am, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Fair enough.
I think we're doing well now. We're quite on topic. We're talking about sequels. It's good.
Yeah, and murdering. We're incorporating murdering into sequels.
You know, it's expected. You've got to incorporate a bit of murder, don't you? Because, you know, violent video games, they cause problems.
No, they don't.
Says crazy people.
Yeah, it was only the other day that I watched a violent video game and went on a killing spree.
Yeah.
Anyway, something you're going to be really excited for.
Yeah? What am I going to be really excited for?
The new Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
You excited?
Oh, wow. I thought that was just like a rumoured thing that was talking about Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't think there was actually anything happening there.
They're making a Baldur's Gate in between the first one and the second.
Oh, wow. That's like what the Borderlands game like coined it as being the prequel sequel.
The prequel sequel.
The pre-sequel. Yeah, it's pre-sequel. Are you like really looking forward to that then? Is that going to be like your favourite game of whenever year it decides to come out?
Let's have a look at my game time for Baldur's Gate. 202 hours for the first one, 256 for the second one. Yes, I'm looking forward to that game.
I have a feeling you might like it then.
I have a feeling I might like it too.
Just a bit.
Yeah. To be honest...
Is it co-op?
Yeah, all of the Baldur's Gates are co-op.
You ever mentioned whether they'll be Oh, wowzers. We could do a co-op show on the new one when it comes out. Wouldn't that be fun?
I've been trying to get you to buy it, but you just...
Yeah, but I've said I won't play the old ones because they're old. They're graphically old.
Yeah,
they're not cool.
It's going to be built on exactly the same engine.
Make them nice. I don't know how to think about that. I don't know if I like that at all.
Oh yeah, you're just one of those graphics snobs, aren't you, when you play games?
I'm not a graphics snob.
You do all these indie games, but really you just hate them, don't you? You're just full of hate.
I like graphic. Like, the problem is, I don't mind graphics what are bad when you've got a cool aesthetic. But when you've gone for this dark, gritty, like, realistic look, it has to have good graphics.
That's not what they've gone for.
Not to mention, it's like 1998 when it came out. I mean, it's bad graphics. I mean, it's just so old that, you know, I was barely alive for it.
All right. God, that's a bit savage.
No, I'm slating Baldur's Gate now.
Baldur's Gate is an absolutely fabulous game, darling.
Oh, it's fabulous. They should put that on.
Fabulous.
Imagine that, the juxtaposition of this dead medieval world and then just
bright
fabulous.
Fabulous.
It's in like big like rainbow graphic comes over on the trailer. Fabulous graphics.
Yeah, well, you know.
Now includes unicorns. So would it be fair to say it's like your most anticipated like sequel then?
Yeah, I suppose.
Like there's, like there's nothing else. What you're thinking? Wowzers! I can't wait for that.
Icewind Dale 2 Enhanced Edition.
Look, I don't even know what that is, so you can explain that one for me. I want to know.
It's built on the Baldur's Gate engine. And,
oh, God's sake.
And is released.
Is this one even old? This is like 1980s. We've gone back.
No, this one's the original one was 1999. I think it was a year after Baldur's Gate. I can check that for you.
16 years later, it gets a sequel everyone's been waiting for.
Oh, no, sorry. Release date, 29th of June, the year 2000. And the Enhanced
Oh, well,
edition,
that's okay then. I mean, it's really modern, isn't it?
And let's say the Enhanced Edition is 2014. The initial release of Icewind Dale 2 was August the 27th, 2002. I know you'll be glad to hear.
You're such a historian here.
Historian? We're not that
Video
old.
game historian on everything
We were still
within
alive.
the Baldur's Gate universe.
We were still alive. Stop being...
You're like so obsessed with this like franchise and engines what are built within it. Do you know what?
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of Diablo? I hear that's a good series.
Have you heard of this game called Pillars of Eternity?
I have, yeah.
It's built on the Baldur's Gate engine. Yeah.
Have they paid you beforehand? Am I like unaware of this? You've like been given some money.
As soon as the
Talk
podcast
about
started,
every game.
I thought, how can I switch this conversation
Sent an
towards
email.
the Baldur's Gate engine? I can't remember what it is. It's not the Baldur's Gate engine.
Yeah, because it was like,
Is it? Oh, I forgot what the actual engine's called.
You're like on commission, like every time you mention a game what is like Baldur's Gate related, that's it, your quid's in.
And then there's also Torment.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Is that like coming out soon?
Yeah, the new Torment's coming out soon. But the old Torment was built by the...
Oh, for God's sake.
was made by the people that made Baldur's Gate.
We're talking about sequels. We was hoping for things that are relevant, like new, not like 20 years old.
The Witcher 3. Is that... Ooh.
That's out. I mean, you can talk about it. I mean,
you played it?
Do you know what's funny is I'm still like getting round to playing Witcher 2.
Yeah, I haven't played Witcher 2 yet.
I haven't even got round to that one. And I'm like a real prude, so I won't play games out of like order. I have to play them, even if they have nothing to do with each other. I'll still play them in order because I'm like some sort of like crazy person.
So if Baldur's Gate 3 came out, then for example.
Yeah, I'd have... no, I'm not playing the other ones.
Oh, The Witcher's quite an old
because
game.
that game's not really story-based, I'd be okay. I'd be okay with it. I haven't even played the original Witcher, but I've decided I'll jump in at Witcher 2.
Well, then you don't have to play them in order then, do you?
I know I don't, but I've got Witcher 2, so I don't want to play them out of order because I'll play Witcher 2 afterwards and be like, oh, this is crap compared to Witcher 3. So I want to feel like there's been a progress, like things have got better, not worse.
Yeah, I like to do that too, to be honest.
Yeah. I suppose my most anticipated sequel will be when the new Doom comes out.
Oh yeah,
they're working on that. Well, they rebooted Wolfenstein, and that was freaking amazing. I loved it when they did that. It's my favourite game of last year. So I think if Doom does the same,
that
I'll
was
be
the
so
second
happy.
one that they did.
That
wasn't the original reboot of Wolfenstein. They remade the first one.
It was, really. It was Wolfenstein: The New Order. It was like a reboot, and then they made the New Blood afterwards. Well, Old Blood, I think it was called. I can't remember. But I know what you're on about. You're on about the 2009 one they did, but I think I was a totally different company who did that one.
Who knows?
So I don't even call them the same thing. But
it
maybe
wasn't
I'm
very
wrong.
Good, though, from what I remember.
No, it wasn't. But that's why I call Wolfenstein: The New Order a better, it is a proper reboot because it's good. So I'll ignore anything what's bad. Saying that, I've played some really bad reboots and still like them, like Turok. I played that. I hadn't even played the original stuff, but it was really bad. Turok. It was like a dinosaur game, but you was playing as
Never heard of that.
The just an everyday human, but it was a terrible Xbox 360 game, really. But I played it, and I played it on the hardest difficulty, and it was so infuriating to beat, but it was worth it, even though the game was bad, just to do it.
Oh right.
And yeah, that's my story about a reboot. So yeah,
very nice.
I think we have really had a really cool talk about sequels and stuff. I mean, have you got any other games you want to talk about sequel-wise?
Not sequel-wise, but have you heard of this game called Divinity Original Sin? It has a similar.
Yeah, go on.
It has a similar engine to Baldur's Gate.
They're having a Kickstarter for a new one. This is more of a Baldur's Gate episode than anything else. But yeah, they're having a Kickstarter to do the sequel for it. After doing a Kickstarter to do the original one.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Does it not make
They're
money
the first
from it,
people to do a Kickstarter for the sequel of a Kickstarter game. I think they made money off it, but just it costs so much to do a sequel that they've not quite got enough.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Or they don't want to take the risk.
They haven't got enough money.
I suppose it makes sense. You take away the risk if people have bought the game before you even made it.
Well, maybe they're just greedy.
Well, it's possible, but I wouldn't like to say that that's the case. It just makes sense to say, let's make the money off it before we've made it, so we know that we're going to be able to fund it, I suppose. But I suppose Kickstarter is a topic for another time, I suppose, really. Because I could go on for hours about Kickstarter. Kickstarter,
Have you heard about
that's almost as bad as early access.
You heard about the Lord of the Rings thing on Kickstarter?
No, is it got the same engine as Baldur's Gate?
No.
That's already our first meme of the podcast.
But I just found this to be insane.
Yeah.
They're building a Minas Tirith. They want to build a Minas Tirith, even. I very much doubt they're ever going to achieve it, because it would cost an insane amount of money.
Right, can we just stop right there? What is a Minas Tirith as someone who hasn't ever watched a Lord of the Rings film or read a Lord of the Rings book, because, he's got better things to do with his time?
Fair enough. Fine. That's how it is.
No, I'm saying, tell me what it is. I'm so interested.
It is a big city.
Outside of being called Smeagol, I don't actually know much about it.
It's a massive white city, one of the biggest cities, I think, or maybe it's the biggest city in the Lord of the Rings world, and it's absolutely
that must be a
huge.
nightmare to keep painting over.
Absolutely.
But how do you reckon they painted it? Do you reckon? Because they wouldn't have had window cleaners with like the pulleys back then. So how do you reckon we like
maybe they just made
managed
it
to
out
do
of
that?
a white coloured brick.
Oh right, so like I'm trying to think. Is it cobblestone? No, it's grey.
I'm
there
just
is
going to
one.
sit here and let you
Sandstone,
struggle.
is it? No. Yeah. It doesn't even matter, does it? Really? No, it doesn't. So that's like what you're hoping for then, that they make this big statue of like a city from that culture of like whatever.
Limestone.
Yeah, limestone. Booyah, you've got it, mate. Whew.
I know, I had a panic myself.
Glad
then,
we've sorted that one. What, because you weren't sure either?
I thought it was limestone.
It's like one of them confusing titles.
Quick Google.
Because limestone you'd think would be green, so it's quite deceptive to give it the name limestone. Should be like coconut stone or something, which is, better suited.
But that just sounds shit. Oh, have you seen this coconut stone?
Yep. At least it's accurate.
Yeah. But if we made everything accurate, then a lot of things would just sound silly. Like Baldur's Gate. It's not a gate made out of boulders.
Because I'm not known for silliness, am I? Oh, here we go again, banging on about Baldur's Gate. You would definitely been paid by them. I can't believe this. I think shills talk about games less than you've just talked about Baldur's Gate.
Any new indie games that you're interested in, then?
What, do you reckon that should be like our segment to like end each episode, like talk about the indie game of the week?
Yes.
As it were. That's what we're going to do then. We'll have an indie game of the week.
Yeah.
So I think for what I'm going to talk about...
Give it an intro, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Razzle things up a bit. So I think I'll talk about a game I'm doing a playthrough of on Palofgames YouTube channel for it. Yeah, that one. I've really done that really succinctly in terms of just being really clear. Not at all. I'm terrible with words. But anyway, the game...
You're not in the right career.
...is based... The game is actually based on some sort of Nordic tale or something. And it's kind of a really it's not hack and slash with a bit of RPG in it. It's kind of funny. I've kind of made up my own whole storyline about how he's saving the world one cabbage at a time. Because basically the opening storyline was that this army has come to pillage a farm, and I was like, right, we're the Cabbage Crusader then. I'm totally ruining a whole Nordic tale from back in the day. And decided to make it a totally different story altogether.
Because you're insane.
But yeah.
My favourite game is
I did,
a lovely indie game that we played not long ago. Called...
Yeah, Crazy Co-op Show, yeah?
The Crazy... No, it was a competitive show, this one was.
Sky
Arena. It's
got
to be Sky Arena. That game was great. And Bomb
that's good. That's a good game.
That's a great game.
We're supposed to have one. You can't just have half a dozen. But yeah,
let's
go
through all of them.
I'm a rebel.
No,
let's go for every single one we've played up until now.
And Sky Arena. Such great games.
So for people who haven't played them yet, just give a brief overview of what they are before we finish up.
It's an indie game.
That's great. That's why it's been on the indie game of the week, because it's an indie game.
It's one of those indie games, you know what I mean? Those ones.
Yeah.
So Sky Arena, you fly around in a spaceship in a nice little arena and blow up the other spaceships. You get cool little pickups and stuff. It's in early access. I think it is, isn't it? Early access?
Yeah, it is. Even though I hate early access, some games I'm willing to allow to be early access games because they look like they're actually going to use the early access model properly.
At the moment, there's only a few maps, only a few pickups.
It's literally just come out, but
yeah, it's only just came out.
They're doing an update every month, which is cool.
Nice little timer, haven't they?
I was actually looking at a screenshot they showed off where they're bringing in a new weapon, which is like a life leech weapon. You know what I mean? Where you do damage to them and you gain back health.
Oh, right.
Which I thought looked cool.
That's quite good.
And just quickly talk about Bombernauts, I suppose. Go for that.
Should we leave that for another time? We'll just...
Oh, you want to save it for next week now? It's a teaser.
Yes. It's a cliffhanger.
Yeah. No, you might as well talk about it, seeing as we've got this far.
It'll be more of a cliffhanger than the last episode of Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Okay.
So yes, if you are new to what we do...
Bombernauts is an arena game where you have to... I like arena games.
Our sense of theme.
Obvious. Where you have to kill your opponent. It's got this sort of weird, sort of retro-y sort of style to it. And...
that's cool, though.
Yeah, got lots of nice little pickups and stuff like that. Which you have to get it with a pinata.
It's good.
But anyway, you have bombs and you have a baseball bat, and then you have lots of different pickups as well. Some of them are terrible and they basically just kill you, so you have to be careful which ones you use. But yeah, Bombernauts, great game.
Coolio. So yes, if you are new to what we do, because you're a SoundCloud listener, then just to let you know, you can go find us over at Palofgames YouTube channel. I've done it twice now, where I've done it the wrong way around, which I'll leave a link to somewhere on SoundCloud. I have no idea how it works yet. I've got to look at it, to be honest. I literally found out how to upload, and that was me done. I was like, oh, that'll do. I don't have to look at it for a bit now. And we do crazy co-op shows and competitive shows where me and Dan go around playing games which look good or bad and see if we enjoy them.
Yeah.
Or I do playthroughs and first thoughts of games which look fun and talk about them while playing them blind. So, yes. Other than that, thank you for watching. The first of...
Buy Baldur's Gate.
Yeah?
Enhanced Edition. Online, it's in
still
stores on Steam
away.
No, really, don't buy it.
You'd think he was
don't buy it, it's shit.
If any of you think that he's literally talking about this just because there's a mic on, he'll literally bang on about this for the next 2 hours while I'm going off this.
I believe him. This much is true.
We'll probably go do another video for the channel, and he'll still be wanting to talk about Baldur's Gate. He's just obsessed.
Well, it is a good game.
Yeah,
it's my favourite game of my childhood. True. Such a great game. Such a great game.
Aww.
And if any of you had good childhoods too, then you would have played it.
You know what? I think that should be our next episode. Childhood games.
Childhood games. It's a good one.
Even though that'll mean you'll talk a lot. Even though you'll probably talk a lot about Baldur's Gate again.
Torment, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale 2.
So have you guys heard of a little game called Baldur's Gate?
It'll be a running joke now. It won't ever get a laugh. But
I think it will be.
It'll be a running joke, nonetheless.
So the hope is that this will be a weekly podcast every Saturday. You can probably expect this. Won't that be nice?
Every Saturday. Yeah, definitely.
Well, the significance is I'm uploading this on the 17th of October because that was when I created this channel 5 years ago. Well, not the SoundCloud one, but the YouTube one.
Oh, really?
So I thought, let's branch out. Let's do SoundCloud and get people to take me on there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, we are definitely running on quite a while now, so I think we'll just shut up shop, as it were.
I know people are just going to look at the size of this video and just go, nope.
They won't, because it's a podcast, and people like lengthy podcasts.
Yeah, sorry.
I've seen ones they're all 2 hours long or whatever. So to have a 30-minute one is quite nice. I think.
They're maniacs.
Great, you're already insulting an audience we ain't even got yet.
Yeah, well, the general public are idiots.
So, you know what, I'll let you do an outro, because we have different outros. I tend to do them, and this time I want you to do one I want you to do a podcast one.
Okay.
Go
for it. That'll do, won't it?
That'll do, won't it? That's what we're going with. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.